Hello, welcome back to the Football Now. We're back with another match day vlog today as Stockport County take on Crawley Town at Edgeley Park. Obviously back to home games after a handful of games away from home. Recently, of course, most recently against Reading last weekend. Unfortunately, it didn't go, but it was our first win of 2025. We'll be looking to make it our second win of 2025 and our first at home in 2025 for a win over Crawley Town, obviously today. Apologies, obviously no match preview, no reaction to the new signing, Micah Hamilton, this week. We will be looking to get back to being a little bit more consistent on this channel next week. But of course, Crawley Town, as I say, no match preview. So I suppose we'll do a bit of a preview in this intro. Obviously currently sat 21st in League One. Crawley Town have won just 5 games in League One all season. The last one coming at the beginning of December when they beat Charlton Athletic 2-1 away from home in what was just their second league win away from home all season. Obviously, they're, unsurprisingly, the position they're in, as I say, 21st in the table. They're one of the sort of league's lowest scorers, with only a few teams such as Wigan, Northampton, Cambridge, Burton and Stevenage are scoring fewer than them this season. They've scored 25 in the league, which is just a goal shy, actually, from Tuesday's upcoming opponents, Shrewsbury Town. Crawley are also the league's second highest conceding side, with Shrewsbury and Cambridge joint first. So what we're expecting from this game is a team which is probably not playing with a lot of confidence. They don't score a lot of goals. I think Will Swan is their joint top scorer with 5 league goals so far this season, so they don't score a lot. They obviously concede a heavy amount. They do play with a back 3 or a back 5, similar to what County do, though I think we'll expect them to play a little bit differently with how they go about that 5 at the back. They have done that most of the season. I think there was a bit of a change when Rob Elliott came in, but it's still more or less a 3 or 5 at the back with a front 2 up top. So I think that's probably what we'll see. I think we'll probably see Crawley, as I say, come to Edgeley Park, sit back, soak up the pressure, and look to try and frustrate Stockport County. One thing I would say, sort of for as poor as they've been this season in terms of league performance, they don't lose heavily to top opposition, actually, surprisingly. I was looking at it. A lot of their results against top 4 opposition, so far this season, they've avoided hammering. So they lost 2-1 to Wrexham, 1-0 to Wickham. They got a 2-2 draw with Huddersfield and lost just 1-0 to Birmingham City. So by no means have they been hammered by top opposition so far this season. So coming to Edgeley Park, I don't think this will be the 3 or 4-0 win, which you would think maybe looking purely look at the league table. And obviously, I think it could be a frustrating game for Stockport County today. If Crawley approach the game, they turn up, they stick to their game plan, they do sit back and frustrate us, and we can't break them down. I think it could be a very frustrating afternoon for County, and obviously I'm hoping that isn't the case. But the likelihood and looking at their results against top opposition so far this season would suggest that's going to, of course, be the case. Obviously, our last meeting was a 1-1 draw back in September. Louis Barry scored the only goal of the game for Stockport County in that match. Of course, he's gone now, and like I say, his sort of replacement, it looks like Micah Hamilton, who's coming on loan from Middlesbrough just this week. He could be available. Well, he is available for this game, and I think County just teased that he could be in the squad today, or will be in the squad today. Whether or not he starts is another question. Me personally, I'd like to see him start just to see what he's all about, and also because we don't really have too much time with it being a loan spell for him to sort of work his way into the team. This is a player which has got to come in and almost hit the ground running, really. Certainly with us struggling for players in that area of the pitch, he will come in on the left-hand side. I think he will play a little bit differently to what we've seen from Louis Barry, and I think David Chalner sort of alluded to that in his pre-match ahead of this game. So we will see a different type of player on that left-hand side should Hamilton play there today. But as I say, I want to see him start. I'd be happy to see him come off the bench. I want to see what he's all about, because we're desperate to see a little bit of positivity and a little bit of something new at Edgeley Park, and hopefully he can bring that to the table in this game today. But as I say, looking forward to it as always, and I'm going to go with a County win, of course. I don't think it will be the 3 or 4-0 battering, which a lot of people, as I say, would expect based on their league position. And me personally, probably looking at it, I'd love to see us win 3 or 4-0. I think it'd be a big statement, in a lot of ways, but I do think it'll be a tight game. But I actually will go with a 2-0 County win. I know that sounds a little bit strange, tight 2-0, but I am going to go with a 2-0 County win, but I don't think it will be quite as easy as maybe the 2-0 might look. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but as I say, let's get into the match day vlog. Alright, Adam, Crawley coming up. What are your thoughts on the team news? You've got it there.
Yep, team news fully unchanged. 3-5-2 or 5-3-2. It's kind of like the standard with Stockport, really. I'm not a fan of it, but whatever. I mean, Charlie knows more about managing players than I do. So yeah, completely unchanged. I do still need Micah Hamilton. He's on the bench. I'm expecting him to come on.
No room for sentiment with Corey Adai against his former club.
I mean, maybe. But, I mean, by now, Hinchcliffe is just our league goalkeeper by now. That's just been accepted.
It was a strong performance against Palace, though, a couple of weeks ago. Some might have felt he could have possibly got in.
It was. We're quite proud of that performance. We didn't let them walk over us.
Yeah. So thoughts on the team overall then? Obviously, front two again. No room for Hamilton in that starting 11.
Yeah. You know, it's all right team. Like, I'm not mad about it, but obviously, I'm not surprised about. Not really too surprised about Hamilton not starting because we've got no other wide players. If we started Hamilton, we'd have to start like Bailey or something.
Yeah. Lewis Bate back from injury. He found himself on the bench. I'm a bit surprised, just saying before, that normally Chalner likes to throw his players straight back in. Yeah. He's not done that this time.
Yeah, he does normally, but that is good that he hasn't done that because it is a risk that you take. Obviously, it's a key player, but you don't want to have them injured straight away and have them even worse.
Absolutely. It's a strong bench as well, I think. Obviously, you've got the likes of Ryder on there, Benoni Brecky Anderson as well. Yeah, Hamilton as well, obviously. Could make his debut off the bench. I'm going to push you for a scoreline. Obviously, not in great form, Crawley, are they? But you just never know in football. So, scoreline?
Scoreline, I have my head 1-1, not 1-1, I mean, 1-0.
1-0. Yeah. Heart saying?
No, that's not my heart saying, really. That's just what in my head, really. I'm expecting to be kind of one of the games where both teams struggle to break through.
Alright, well, I've said 2-0, you've gone with 1-0. Let's see what happens.
That is your very own. Yes, it's Stockport County.
Oh, what just missed. A great chance.
He was so close to that home shot.
It's a chance missed, but it has been a really strong start from County these first 5 minutes. Cross it. Oh, what a ball. Cross. Lovely.
Come on!
Cross. Finally. It's been coming. It looked blatant from here, to be honest. I can only imagine it looked even more of a handball from down there, and the ref's not giving it. Yes. Oh. Just can't quite get at the end of it. Good effort, good cross on Tanto as well. Possibly a little bit too much power on it. 3-0 there, watch. Oh. off to Manchester Airport, that one. Oh, brilliant defending. Brilliant defending. It's the most threatening Crawley looked all game, and it's offside. I don't know if anyone's noticed, but Connolly there looked in a lot of pain. Could be a bit of a concern for County. But yeah, he's done well to head it out there though. Oh, unbelievable. That's what we've been missing. Oh, unbelievable. It's like Messi in his prime, right up until the pass. So there we have it then. It finished Stockport County 2, Crawley Town 0, which is exactly what I predicted going into the game. And 2-0 looks like a comfortable scoreline, doesn't it? And it was a comfortable game for Stockport County, a more than comfortable game, despite what the possession stats will tell you. It surprised me actually just looking at it now that, you know, Crawley Town did have 55% possession, but just 4 shots and 0 on target, whereas Stockport County had 15 shots but you know, in all fairness, only 5 on target. 2 goals with 9 minutes between both. Will Collar, of course, scoring in the 25th minute. Southam-Hales getting that second in the 34th minute. And as I say, it was a more than comfortable, sort of match for Stockport County. And as I say, the first 20-25 minutes, it felt like it was a very comfortable and positive performance from County. But I have to say, once we got that second goal, it pretty much killed the atmosphere in the ground straight away. As soon as that Southam-Hales goal went in, it just felt like it was half-time already. You know, the ground started to empty as people went in for their half-time drinks and food, and it just felt like, you know, half-time was 10-15 minutes too late in a lot of ways. So it felt like a very, very long stoppage at half-time, because it felt like we'd already had that half-time. So I felt that, you know, because of how comfortable it was and the sort of lack of jeopardy in the game because of how poor Crawley were, it just felt like it made it a very, very long and drawn-out game in the end. And as I say, that second half was pretty much non-eventful. I don't think too much happened in it really. I think we hit the bar at one point from a header, but other than that, not too much really happened. And there was never that feeling really that we were going to kick on and get a third goal in the game. Likewise, there was never really a feeling that Crawley were going to find themselves back in the game as well. So it just felt like a very flat second half performance, and probably a flat sort of final 5-10 minutes of the first half as well. And what could have been a really, really positive game for Stockport County, it didn't end up, it didn't have me coming away feeling like that, to be honest. And that's disappointing, because for those first 20-25 minutes, it looks like it could have been a really, really positive scoreline. And I actually felt like it could have been a Sutton scoreline from last season, sort of 8-0. I felt like if we were really clinical in that second half, I thought, half time, we thought we'd come out, if we're ruthless in front of goal, we really take our chances, we could really, win this quite comfortably. And obviously, you've got to be positive. 3 points, it's a clean sheet. I think it's our first clean sheet since Exeter at home, beginning of December. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's our last clean sheet. So it's positive clean sheet, positive 2 goals, 3 points on the board as well. But I was a little bit disappointed that we didn't kick on from that sort of performance. Once we went 2 goals up, really, in a lot of ways. Interesting though, it does see us go up to 5th in the table temporarily. We've had some interesting results this match day in League One as well. Of course, Wrexham and Birmingham did play one another on Thursday. That finished 1-1. Cambridge getting a shock win over Mansfield Town. Bolton getting a shock win over Huddersfield as well, away from home. That was a surprising one. 1-0 to Bolton away from home. As I say, Wickham being held by Northampton. Some interesting ones later. I mean, did get a 2-0 win over Reading. Obviously, we've got them next Saturday. Stevenage beating Barnsley as well. Lincoln City beating Peterborough 5-1. That doesn't make great reading for Sam Hughes if he played in that game, who of course is on loan from the Hatters. So yeah, some interesting results, and as I say, it does put us 5th in the table. Overall, a positive day for County. But as I say, I was a little bit disappointed that we didn't kick on, and it did feel like quite a boring game once we went 2 goals up in a lot of ways. Obviously, Mika Hamilton came on as well. Didn't really have too much. He didn't have enough time in the game to really, stamp his authority on it, and really. A bit similar to sort of when Benoni came on against Crystal Palace. He didn't really have enough time to sort of say whether or not he looks like a good player or not. And I think it's the same with with Mika Hamilton in this game today. He came on with 10-15 minutes to go, but didn't really, as I say, counted more or less, sealed the game up at that point. So I didn't have enough opportunity to really judge his performance. Hopefully we see more of him going forward. But overall, positive. I felt Ethan Pye did well. I felt that defensively we were good when we had to be, but we weren't really asked that many questions by Crawley, unsurprisingly. Slight concern as well, to be fair, with Callum Connolly. He seemed to go down a little bit late on in the game. I don't know if anyone else noticed it. Once he was back up, he seemed to be moving quite awkwardly as well. He did look uncomfortable, so hopefully there's no issues there. But of course, we also had a similar problem with Noyle, who did go off. So hopefully there's no issues with those 2 defenders, because we know the situation. We know as it stands at the moment there are no defenders coming in at this point in time, and we don't really have much defensive cover on the bench, so that is a concern. But hopefully County can sort that out in this week coming up, and I'm sure they will do. But as I say, it's a slight concern as it stands at the moment. Hopefully, as I say, both of those are okay. I thought Wootton did all right. I don't think anyone particularly stood out. I think Southam-Hales got the sponsors man of the match in the end. I think Will Collar could have also had that as well, just both from getting the goal. I think it was a pick of, sort of pick between those 2 really. So yeah, a decent result. Caesar's got up the table, and as I say, it'll be interesting. Hopefully we're building a bit of momentum now, and we can carry that on into the game against Shrewsbury on Tuesday night. So hopefully everyone has enjoyed the vlog. Don't forget to like the video. Do get your thoughts in on the comment section below as well, as always, and thanks for watching.